All right. So it's going to be TNL on attack first, I believe, as it was their map pick.
It'll be attacking first, all 3 maps, in fact.
Oh, yeah. And TNL, I mean, they have a good win rate on Icebox. They haven't shied away, right? We've talked about this several times here in Korea. Other than Vision Strikers, they've been pretty active on Icebox. And immediately we see a lot of Viper utility. But here you go. With that decay on a pistol round, I mean, he is able to hold that angle pretty solidly.
Dude, 100%. Yeah, the decay really playing a factor there. So it looks like over in A, they are pushing forward.
Bobo gonna be able to get one pick with the Frenzy. I also love to see that we're seeing more Frenzies kind of pop into these pistol rounds, holding some closer angles.
Yeah, it's actually a really interesting thing because when it got nerfed, it's like there were 0 Frenzies for a long time.
Just ghosts
but we're
everywhere.
getting, yeah, it was pure ghost, man.
Well, the spike is in the site, but TNL very cautious. Gets one pick, and there's the wall. All right, so they should get the plant. Can they hold on to it, though? 2v3 against this retake coming in from TUBEPLE.
Shooting through a little bit right there. Persia, ooh! Gets some hits onto Echo. Does get picked off from Exy, though. Oh my god, Echo and Exy!
Ooh, 4 kills for Exy. I mean, kicking it off with a bang here. Dude. That's what you love to see.
Wow. That was...
That's what you expect from Exy, though, right? Just because he's not playing Jet or Raze doesn't mean he's not going to get those kills.
Well, I mean, I am impressed. I actually thought they were going to be broken there.
I actually thought, you know, pinching in from the 3 sides, I agree. I think TUBEPLE had a good opportunity, but when you couldn't get that first kill as Persia with that pick, and then Exy's able to turn around, you've kind of opened up that window. And when it's a player like Exy, I mean, they can really swing any way. TNL gets the first round win, and now they've got some Spectres. Exy actually going with the Vandal as the Sage.
Oh my gosh, all right.
Wow.
Love to see it.
All right.
On round 2 as well. You don't see that very often, that's for sure.
That is an investment, and you know, without some easy entry, gonna try to hold these longer angles for his team, it looks like. They've got the Toxic Screen set up for an easy B default plan.
Yeah, they do have Persia waiting back in B, just around that Toxic Screen.
Yeah, they're
Actually coming up slowly.
They're gonna want to get that pick. They're trying to make sure yellow is clear. Just waiting to see if there's any noise, any movement.
Yeah, they've actually still got a pretty big split. They have Viper right now waiting right near the spike. See if TS picks that up and goes. Holding it a long time. Persia just continually peeking out. I think they have a good idea. It's probably going to be here because of those Toxic Screen emitters.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the screen go up a little bit in the beginning, and then now they're waiting. Or screens come up again. So TUBEPLE has to expect this. And Ritzy just spamming through, trying to get some picks or at least some tags to see if they can get a reaction. Persia's going to get spotted.
Love this right now, and actually does throw down the snake bite there as well. They back out.
Okay.
See if TUBEPLE can retake the site.
Now, TUBEPLE has their Toxic Screen set up as well.
So
no one's going to be pushing through that, but does that give them enough room? Drawing out a lot of utility. Oh, Ritzy spams through, gets one.
Runs out there and does end up dying. Echo with a couple kills there with the Ghost.
Well, this should be a cleanup from TNL. Bobo just kind of stuck in no man's land there, and Exy gets another kill with the Vandal. So thankfully the Vandal works in their favor. They get to continue that momentum into round 3.
Yeah, nice victory for them there, especially after that Vandal buy, keeping that around.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. If you invest that early and you're not able to keep it, it's rough. But now you're able to kind of even out on this rifle round, right? I mean, you have Echo with a Phantom as well.
Yeah. So what's Harry going to get? He might buy something reasonable. Yeah, look at that Phantom
as well.
2 Spectres, 2 Phantoms, and a Vandal. Let's do it.
I mean, it's honestly pretty solid, right? You're able to compete on some of these longer angles. Ritzy is going to just walk right through that Poison Cloud, gets a trade. Pia gets him, but Echo trades out. And now TNL pushing through mid.
Yeah, through that Toxic Screen. Shoots down the boom bot as it approaches.
Oh, and Exy with the early res.
Already a res on round 3.
I mean, you get those 4 kills on round 1. That's huge.
Exy, what a murderer here.
Yeah, and on top of the toxic screen, I mean, you get the wall as well. Now you've made it through with this interesting toxic screen to, have that clear pathway in mid, but now you're kind of stuck. You have to make sure the rest of your teammates are watching from a long angle all the way across B. Here they are.
And I mean, they're doing a pretty darn good job holding the area. Only Killjoy really back here. We do have a rotation coming in right now. Persia pops around the side, trying to get a kill. Doesn't get one yet. Shooting into those cloud bursts, not finding anyone.
Harry plants it inside the container.
Ooh, Babo might come around the corner here to where Echo is at, and he does. He gets a kill onto Echo.
Rizzy goes down as well. Xe still holding the fort for TNL. It's down to a 2v2. Both sides pretty healthy.
Yeah, I kind of like the angle that Echo is, or Xe rather,
Ooh,
sorry.
Aqua1 takes him out though. TS trades. The defuse is holding. TS needs to come around. Oh, Babo was ready for it.
All right. Babo's stepping up there.
And gets the raise to save another rifle as well.
Awesome.
Using that aggressively early on. Not bad. I mean, Xe used his raise as well, so it's really kind of just 1-for-1 in terms of ultimate usage, and it's a good effect for TUBEPLE. I mean, you get to keep another rifle.
2 resurrections in round 3.
That's
the first time I've ever
nuts.
seen that. It's the first time I've ever seen that, but it makes sense based on the fact that it's Xe and Babo.
That's what you get when you get these battle stages. They murder so they can raise people. It's the only logical way.
It's a slippery slope, I think.
All right, TNL. You do have 2 people with pistols, 1 sheriff for Harry, but 3 rifles still. So you can still compete for some of these longer angles.
Ryzie, I think, is probably going to go for an orb if possible, right?
Yeah, I think
push out and get that
has to be the
situation.
All right, picked it up and activated the Blade Storm. So now TNL feeling pretty good about where they want to strike, but I mean, look at this. No toxic screens set up just yet on either side. And I love that from TUBEPLE. Usually what you'll see is like Vipers, similar to Killjoys, right, or Cyphers, they'll just set up everything ahead of time.
Yeah.
But because they know that TS is on the other side with another Viper, they're trying to use it to counter any sort of decay play.
Kind of makes sense there. Now Owl Drone coming in through A. Pushing in pretty quickly here, TNL.
Yep, and the spots out the 1, we're going to see the standard toxic screen go up here right across the middle of A site.
Slow orb, going to slow them down a little bit. They do pick up the actual orb, though.
And the cloud burst, the plant is going to go down on default, it looks like. Ooh, a high paint shell's trying to find some targets, not going to tag him.
Gonna have to back out of that toxic screen now. Ryzie goes back up, tries to hit with the knives, missing though. Aqua1 takes him down immediately with that headshot. Xe though gets the revenge kill.
Yeah, Xe was tagged for a bit. Eventually he goes down to Persia. Pia just spamming through the toxic screen. I love this toxic screen on the retake for TUBEPLE. Cutting out all of this. Like, Harry gets 1. This is dangerous.
Dude, Harry gets 2 right there.
Oh my goodness.
Comes around. Are you kidding me? Look at Harry. Pumps his arms into the air right there. 3 headshots at the end.
Look at him.
All right. Bringing the energy to TNL.
I mean, Harry's that type of player, right? He's very momentum-based, and if he's doing well, he will hype up your entire team. We saw that on Muyaho. He was yelling Muyaho after every win.
Yep.
And he's doing it now for TNL.
What a great add to the roster, man.
Yeah, I mean, TNL was a roster, I think, that really needed that energy. They oftentimes they lose around and they just be down in the dumps and all serious.
Yeah. I kind of felt that as well because they were like supposed to be the rivals of Vision Strikers. They weren't doing well enough to really call themselves that. But maybe with Harry, they can bring that back.
Yep, Kia walking into the enemy's Poison Cloud.
I love it.
Oh, to set up his own Viper spit right in mid. Now,
dude, that's crazy. What is he doing with that?
That's a very early Viper spit. But what this does is it completely shuts off mid. So now you have faith that they have to strike from the obvious angles on A or B. You are locking down that one person in mid, but you have full control of it. They have no entry or cross or any rotation through mid unless he gets sprayed down. I am interested to see if TNL tries anything cheeky here. Doesn't look like it. Okay, they're going to use the toxic screen on B just to try to see if they can get some information, maybe bait some information out to B. Xe spamming, gets some return shots.
But they actually are kind of taking over A during all this while making that noise. Now, they haven't picked up the spike as of yet, but it is near A. And as they kind of check out the area, I think they're going to figure out nobody's here. Yeah, Sova backing up. I believe he's going to go grab that spike, but we do have a rotation. Opposing Sova and Raze coming back towards A.
Oh, I love this timing.
Oh, are
right
you
at
kidding me?
the last minute rotation, but they're still leaving TS in A. And they draw out the toxic screen as well to A, so now they have full control of B. Everyone's rotated over to A. TNL just playing TUBEPLE for a full. And they get the plant for the spike. They have their own toxic screen. No toxic screen left for the side of TUBEPLE. TUBEPLE left to their own devices. Rizzy's going to pick off one. Now it's a numbers advantage as well for TNL.
That was the sickest set of mind games right there.
That was good.
Completely outpositioned.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever seen such an outposition as what we just saw right there.
Oh, Rizzy gets another one as well. Hia goes down 3 for Rizzy before he's finally taken down by Risk.
TNL just dominating TUBEPLE so far. Let's see if they can break in and do something. They still have Babo up.
All eyes on Babo for TUBEPLE, really.
Hey, Risk comes out, gets that headshot onto Exy. It's a strong kill.
Yeah, but no time. The Nano Swarm buying enough time. Echo just going to confirm someone's there for Harry to pick up, and everyone should get out safely. Wow, TNL, I mean, completely working around that Viper's Pit in mid.
Yeah.
And I mean, the fact that they drew out the toxic screen, I think, was the big part on A, right? They bought so much time that he had to use it. He didn't really have an option because he couldn't leave mid because he had to keep the Viper's Pit up.
Sure, yeah.
So he was locked in his own little prison there of toxins.
Prison of his own making.
Yeah. And TNL gets another win on the board, 4-1 advantage.
Tell you, I don't even feel like TUBEPLE is playing poorly. I feel like TNL is playing really, really well right now.
Yeah, TNL is just dictating exactly the pace they want, and Icebox, you know, often favoring the attack side more and more. TNL using that to their advantage. Now, Hia has pushed up quite far past the Poison Cloud. He has his own Poison Cloud ready if he needs some cover.
Does set off that alarm bot for a moment. Just be careful about that. Gives away where he's at. Haya waiting right around the side.
Okay, so after the spam, you put up the Poison Cloud, back up a little bit. Is he going to try to challenge TS here? Oh! He wasn't
TS.
ready for the close angle. TS playing the mind games of his own. And TUBEPLE is, it's very interesting. Usually what you'll see is the Vipers obviously take over a site. But they're using Hia to take over mid, but TNL says, you know what? Take mid. You know, we don't need mid. That's what usually gives attack an advantage, but forget it. We'll just play around the sites. We'll force you to have to second guess yourselves, and then we'll strike one or the other.
Yeah, this isn't Haven, man. They don't care. There's no B in the center there. Risk sending off a couple shock bolts.
Okay.
Can't really got anything with it.
Now Babo's still waiting in A. But now he's going to know a full attack into A. He gets one, but he's eventually going to go down. Aka1 did find Rizzy over on B, though.
Gonna go ahead with the res as well. Looking pretty darn strong. Harry is back. Hunter's Fury coming through.
Ooh, and not able to finish off TS, though. So the Viper's Pit is still there. I mean, 4-2 Viper's Pit. TUBEPLE is up against the wall here.
Yeah, that is for sure. Now, there's a lot of damage on TNL. Maybe they can get something done here. Aka1 comes in and shoots off that showstopper, gets Harry, but taken down by TS.
Yeah, I mean, you go down to that 1 health so quickly in the Viper's Pit. You have to find your kills in an instant. Risk going to try to exit, not going to find a way. TS picks off the kill. TNL put another one on the board.
They look like a completely new team from last stage.
Yeah, it's really amazing what the Switch has done. I mean, for one, you get the energy like we talked about, but then you fill in that Sentinel role, and Exy, I think, is actually feeling maybe even more comfortable than he used to on those Razes and the Jets. It's very interesting.
And he's offering up the same type of support in a lot of ways. Like, his shooting is just so on point.
I mean, this, in some ways, when you have that dual entry, unless you're really well coordinated, sometimes you're kind of competing for positions, right? The timings can be a little off. Now, Rizzy kind of free to be as aggressive as he needs to on Jet. Exy is able to get all those trades, and TNL looking sharp on this Icebox. Oh, and now comes the lock. They've just got something for every round. Viper's Pit into lockdown this round.
How do you deal with this TUBEPLE? All pulling back just outside, but of course this gives them a great opportunity to get up here, get the planting done before anyone gets in. Ooh, actually a very good paint shell's coming out, really hurting Rizzy quite a bit. Echo gonna go back on the zip line. Kind of going back and forth here as TUBEPLE is getting ready to come in. The ice wall is up. Look at these long angles they're taking. I love it.
Yeah, and we have the crisscross as well. Now here is the defense is locked down, but the Hunter's Fury this time still available for Echo. Now remember last round, Risk used it to try to get rid of the Viper Spit unsuccessfully. TNL gets one.
Oh wow, Rizzy with a great kill right there. Does get taken down by Persia though. And TUBEPLE's starting to get some kills, but do they actually have time?
No time, I don't think so. They're gonna give up on it. But they're still stuck in the round. Oh, and there's the shuffle into 2 shots, 3 for Echo. TUBEPLE looked really confused there on whether they wanted to stick the defuse or not. The shock bolts forced them away, and then I would have expected them to just try to exit as fast as possible. One of them ran back in to try to stick the defuse. Really unfortunate for TUBEPLE, but TNL are just running laps around him with this Viper setup, and then, you know, we have Rizzy going in, at least getting 1 kill every time, which is what you want your entries to do. Now that you use kind of the big ultimates, right, the Viper Spit and the Lockdown, TUBEPLE has a bit of breathing room. Babo has the res as well.
Yeah, nothing too special for TNL this time. See what they pull together. Looks like they're going to go ahead, send the Owl into A. They haven't really committed anywhere as of yet. They do set up the Toxic Screen into A, so maybe that is the play. Yeah, looks like we do have a bit of gunplay over here at green.
I love that Rizzy and Xe are now this duo of like a jet and a support, right? And you've got Sage this time around, but they've both got the aim of just one of the best duelists, right, in the country.
Yeah.
This is doing wonders for TNL, and now they have to assume they have at least one person of TUBEPLE locked in an A because of that Toxic Screen. And now you're starting to peek into B, you get some information, you know one person's there, and now you have to assume, okay, we're drawing some information now. We made them peek, we made them retreat.
Look at that, the Boombot coming out even to check. So TUBEPLE, I mean, they definitely think they're coming into B, but their rotation is real here, coming around.
Okay, so now they have to commit to A. Timing-wise, he is not going to peek out of the 2, but I think he might have heard 1 or 2 footsteps.
Could have.
Might have just been right outside range. The Toxic Screen goes up. Okay, so TUBEPLE has to know now that we're coming into an A plant, so everyone rotates over. TUBEPLE has to play this very calmly.
Look at this, Echo plants, and I mean the shock bolts were real, but does miss for the most part, just dealing a little bit of damage there to Echo. Owl Drone coming around to try to see what is what. Gets shot down by Rizzy, not before getting the ping though. Toxic Screen going up, slow orb coming out from Xe, trying to slow anyone coming around for that defuse.
Persia's gonna pick off Rizzy, trying to peek over pipes. TSN Xe are ready.
Those nanostorms slowing them down. So hard to get on top of the spike books. Babo's gonna go up and try to get this done. The shock bolt hits as well as the shot from Echo.
There is just, I mean, how do you don't have any time. You have 2 nano swarms. I mean, Harry saves 1 for, you know, the later half of that potential defuse. You've got the shock bolts. You've got the Toxic Screen.
Dude, the teamwork here is seriously awesome.
I mean, you have to be on top of the spike as it gets planted. Like, you have to be the spike.
Yeah, pretty much. The amount of delay that they have is immense.
This is insane. And on top of that, in that last round, Echo saw the enemy's Toxic Screen come through and planted right outside of it as well. So TUBEPLE couldn't use that to their advantage. I mean, TNL is just so well prepared. And I mean, again, we've seen them play the Viper before. They obviously know how it's used on this map. It's no surprise. Rizzy does get tagged.
Yeah, taking a bit of damage right there. Gets healed up, though. Hey, that's that teamwork you were talking about. Has that support right with him in Xe.
It's giving a lot of breathing room for Rizzy to be a bit more aggressive as a solo entry here for TNL.
Sets that up once again. Poison Cloud blocking that site. Haya is waiting in tube. Very fitting for a TUBEPLE player.
We had this discussion on what TUBEPLE means, but
no one knows, man. Not
it's
even
a mystery. it is interesting to me that they're still so committed to here holding that mid. The only thing I can think of is it does allow him to set up his screen better for retakes, right? You're not using it heavily on a defense, but it hasn't succeeded for them, though. Ooh, Exy.
Yeah, going in towards Kitchen. Now
marching.
Persia's coming around the side and guns him down as well.
Oh, he's out to get them all.
Dude.
He is on. He's not even hiding his footsteps. He is just ready to hunt.
And here he comes around the corner, kills off Babo as well.
Is he going to get Risk or Hia as well?
I think so.
Oh my gosh. Hia thinks he's going to push towards mid. Oh my goodness.
Dude, 4 kills.
Oh, Exy's on the
I
hunt.
like this aggro Sage play right now.
Dude, the Battle Sages are real right now.
Battle Sage! That's what to call it, Battle Sage!
It's so real. I mean, we see some of the best aimers across every region starting to pick up Sage on the map she's played in, and this is what happens if he gets Risk here. Oh, he does get the ace right after the spike goes off.
Amazing.
Wow.
Oh, I guess TS got the final hit on that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, TS, how
so
rude.
Selfish.
Yeah.
So selfish.
Wait, that's why he's not smiling. Actually had a brief smirk, but then he was like, oh, it was actually TS. That's a shame.
He wants an ace with Sage, man. That's
that's
the dream right
Actually,
there.
he's like already texting the coach, like, we need another roster change. I can't play with the same
Harry, you
more.
got any other friends from Rio that want to come over?
8-1 lead now for TNL, and they have the resurrection again for Exy. Hunter's Fury again for Echo. Definitely going to save that, probably against the lockdown of Persia, potentially next round.
It's a tough one. Playing with the Marshal, with the Sheriffs. Not a lot going on for TUBEPLE.
Yeah.
Through Garage here as they back up, already have 2 kills.
I mean, this is some of the things that it seems so basic when you're watching, but this is really where you differentiate some of these more experienced teams, right? You get 2 kills and you're thinking, it's a 5-on-3, why don't you just strike the site? Because it's already been cleared out, but you're assuming for the rotate, right? Anything can happen on a retake, so you're still waiting to try to get information. Now you confirm that A is mostly empty, and you're striking in here. Persia is already on Rafters, though.
Has taken a little bit of damage there. TS gunning down Risk as he tries to come in, but Haya gets that re-kill. Echo killing off Persia with the shock bolt. Now Haya is in a 1 versus 4 situation, and that gets taken care of very, very quickly.
Yeah, but I mean, again, you know, they saved on that round for TUBEPLE. They were just hoping to do some damage. Not much done. So unfortunately, not as much of a success as they would have wanted. But this is, you need to pick up these last 2 rounds if you're TUBEPLE. I mean, 9-1 lead for TNL before the side switch.
Yeah, that's pretty devastating. I honestly thought coming in this was going to be a lot closer, but I was basing that off of TNL from stage 1.
Yes. Yeah,
This
because
TNL in stage 2, honestly, a completely different beast. What a difference Harry has made for this team.
yeah, you know, I was thinking the same thing after the first map, or the first match rather, of this stage. You know, on the main stage, where I'm thinking, okay, it's only been 1 match.
Yeah.
You know, is TNL really that different? It was against Gehenna.
Yeah,
we can't
the
really.
weakest team here. It's kind of like, it's hard to say, right?
But this time around against TUBEPLE, they look maybe even more dominant, actually.
Yeah, they actually do.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the amount of... And we see again on the map, the Viper's Pit was used defensively in mid, and you have to just ditch it. That is a wasted Viper's Pit, unfortunately.
And the lockdown not going to end up working out for him. Shoots it down. And Viper's Pit in here. Like, are you going to go in? Are you going to go in and kill that off? I don't think so.
Yeah, not many options here for TUBEPLE. Uses a res as well just to try to fight for these last couple rounds, but not going to work out so well. Oh, they do get Echo off of pipes though. FC goes in.
Oh man, Exy with another couple kills.
And Harry watching from afar. I mean, the Viper's Pit was countered by the end, but good pickups. And now it's already the last round of the half. I mean, TUBEPLE,
dude,
you have to get over this obsession of mid. It's the last round of the half. You got to switch something up.
Yeah. It certainly is not working.
Listen, in theory, I like it, right? Okay, this map is good for attackers because mid, there's so many ways it branches out. But after the first couple of times, I mean, you leave the Sova there maybe to get some information. You just have someone watching down mid and ping your teammates afterwards. don't constantly use all of Viper's utility in mid.
Well, they're gonna do it again. So
I think it's just purely the concern because we have TS also using his Poison Cloud in mid to shut off that vision, but
yeah.
I mean, that's so much value for TS that, okay, Persia trying to make something happen, picks off one. Sees a lot more, though.
Gets slowed down there as well. Xe going to come around the side and get yet another kill. And then also a res.
Xe, my man, you are just...
Dude, when we go to the tactical timeout, I just want to see Xe's MVP interview in the middle of the set because he is out of control right now.
Yeah, he's doing everything. You know, he's trading for kills, he's rezzing and healing Rizzy, he's setting up walls for plants. I mean, he is everywhere for TNL.
He is everything for TNL.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we used to joke about how Xe was the one-man army because of his frags, but he's actually just this Swiss Army knife for TNL.
He can do everything. He's like MacGyver Sage. Yeah, man. You give him anything, he's like going round 2 Vandal and killing everybody and then rezzing on round 3 while getting the top frags.
This is
the most heal, the most plants, the most everything, man. He's like hunting. It's insane.
Yeah, oh my gosh. He goes over the wall, sets up for that snake bite for TS. And he's still in the hunt. 33 health, and he's like, all right, I got this.
Oh, okay. Babo gets him.
Babo's like, I'm top of the rankings for a reason.
Yeah.
But I think
you try to get Xe when he's higher than 33 health, Babo, and we'll talk.
Well, they spot TS, but he's going to gun one down. Babo trying. Okay, he sticks it to half. He's waiting.
Oh, is he going to go? He's got to do it. He's got to do it.
TS is just toying with him, trying to buy enough time. Okay.
And Babo gets it. 4 kills.
All right.
He's so lucky he got Exo to start.
Yeah.
To start.
I mean, that opened it up for him.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so TUBEPLE, they take 2 rounds.
Listen, Artosis, I know this is attacker's favored, but like 10-2 is...
Dude, I don't care what it's favored. It's like right now, TNL, they are playing like men on fire. It is something else. And you know what? I actually felt really bad for TNL when RB from Vision Strikers gave that interview. He's like, I don't really feel like TNL are our rivals anymore. It's really neuter. And I like read that and I was like, you're definitely right, but like, how much does that hurt as TNL?
Yeah, because you were the ex-sister team, right? And you had this reputation with you the whole time of like, went to the finals in First Strike against Vision Strikers. They're the rivals. Can they keep Vision Strikers on their toes? And then they fell so far.
Yeah, they did. But now I'm looking at them, and what I think to myself is, Vision Strikers, you lost. You lost to F4Q. As far as I'm concerned, New Turn is the rivals to TNL, not to you. Okay? I already know what the finals of this stage is going to look like.
New Turn versus TNL?
Oh, for sure.
I think that would be really interesting to watch, actually.
I think the world might be disappointed Vision Strikers doesn't go to Reykjavik, man. I can tell you that.
I mean, listen, Vision Strikers, obviously the storyline is that they finally lost, but they're a very strong team, so we'll have to wait and see how they improve throughout the stage. But right now, it's all eyes on TNL. This one roster change that has impacted the rest of the role changes is working out for him as Rizzy gets boosted up onto that container on green.
I love it. Actually does get a kill, but gets gunned down here. 3 against 4, trying to shoot in a garage, shooting people in the knees. Xe!
Oh, you see a little jiggle as
Dude, is he like a loan shark's like bodyguard? He just killed that guy by shooting him in the kneecaps.
I love it that he also gets tagged by the Aldrin, but he's just jiggling around the container because he knows the Aldrin's behind him. He's not going to get shot from behind. So he's just trying to make sure he doesn't get peeked around the corner. I mean, Xe is just so aware.
Seriously.
Okay, well, you have Xe that pushed all the way through B. They never made it through. So you know it's A. It's a 3v3. TUBEPLE making it through A side.
Oh, Xe's here, though. Look at Xe. He's coming.
Oh, he's
and
on
from
the hunt.
behind.
Oh, my gosh. The Nano Swarm's the snake biting the toxic screen.
Craziness.
Oh, Xe gets one.
You wanted the orb, huh? He's going to get the orb right before the plant? I don't think so. What?
Ooh, good. Oh. That was really good from Babo. I mean, he goes in, Risk gets peeked, but then Babo turns right around, makes it a 2v1 in favor of TUBEPLE. Harry all alone, but he does have half armor. He picks up the Ghost. This is doable.
Oh, but it's so tough. They're rotating so well, and Risk comes around the side, takes out Harry in that first pistol round as the attackers goes to TUBEPLE. A very, very important round for them.
Oh, yeah, they needed to start on a win. And at the end, I mean, Risk and Babu played that really well, making sure that they're peaking, you know, in conjunction with that timing so that they can get an advantage even should one fall, that they can get that trade. They're not peeking around opposite sides at different times. Really well played. And it shows that TUBEPLE not completely shaken by that first half, but they've got a long way to go against TNL.
Yeah, they really do. We're going to see what they can do. Not like this round, I mean, you do expect them to be able to take it. They have some sick guns already. Already have a Phantom up there with Aka 1. Bulldog for Papo, a couple Spectres. Ghost still here for Risk, but after this round, we'll see what they can do.
Oh, and it looks like a commitment on B because of the weapon advantage.
Look at Risey sit there. He took so much abuse. He sat so quietly. He was so brave, and it just, They even tried to heal there. Exy did his best, but even Exy couldn't save him. That shows you how much he took.
Wow, and that was just a quick round for TUBEPLE. I mean, they used everything to make sure they could break into B. Works in their favor. I mean, that's what you got to do on some of these rounds. If you're behind, you get one lead, and you know they're in economic, deficiency, then you got to push that advantage hard.
Well, they did there. I love how much clear they used to get rid of Risey there.
That's so
he was
funny.
like, I love it when someone just sits there and he's like, yeah, they're going to hit me with a lot, but I might live, and then you're dead. You really don't think I'm there if I barely live through that. But
not
sick
taking
plays.
any chances.
Yeah, we have the full rifle buy here for TNL. Looks like they want to go up green again.
Oh, look at this, though. TS.
That's so cute.
TS is like, all right, you guys have been aggressive on B. A's got a lot of corners, so I'll leave that to my teammates.
Look at that, the owl drone coming out.
Imagine if the owl drone just melted when it went through the toxic screen.
Why doesn't it decay, man? That's what I want to know.
Just slowly disintegrates in the air. Your screen starts getting blurry in the drone.
It should. It can be flashed, There's all sorts of things that can occur to it.
All right, well, they set up their own toxic screen here to get that plant on default, the Sage wall as well. I mean, this is all standard play at this point for Sages and Vipers on B. TS tries to spray through and still just trying to clear out whatever is behind that poison cloud. He's going to find out it was a Sage wall.
Yeah, nothing really else there right now.
Oh my gosh, Persia. Persia is all the way behind enemy lines. They don't suspect a thing.
Yeah, that is a great flank coming up. And look at that. Oh, doesn't even quite get him.
Persia.
Risey making it out with that tailwind. Aya coming in now.
Clears one, gets traded out though. Aka one trying to trade for it. Exy's still picking up kills. Risk now gunning them down, and Persia to finish the round for TUBEPLE. I mean,
that was a good one.
This is the strength, though, right? We're even seeing TUBEPLE use it to their advantage. When you have the Sage and the Viper, I mean, and then the Killjoy, you have so many ways to protect that spike from retakes that you have to block the enemy team before they can get in.
Yeah, yeah. And I tell you, I really like the flank there as well. It's such a good idea to do moves
I mean,
like
even though he didn't get the initial kill, he forces Rizzy out of position.
Yeah.
And then now they have to be scared of him from behind.
Yeah,
It really diverts the attention.
Totally.
This is turning out to be, after the first half, we were a little worried.
Yeah.
But TUBEPLE giving TNL a taste of their own medicine, looks like.
Well, it's a sheriff round here for TNL, so you shouldn't expect much. But we'll see what happens. The sheriff rounds have gone surprisingly well.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that TUBEPLE, I wonder if they're waiting to see if TNL pushes out of A because of the sheriff round, because otherwise trying to go around these corners against the sheriffs could be a little risky rather than clearing the initial entry into B.
That's a very good point. A lot of teams do choose to play like that when they're on these kind of half save rounds.
Yeah, so just playing a little cautious. All right, scouts out one with the Alidrome. There's the recon as well. Kia, meanwhile, peeks around the corner against Rizzy.
And does get that kill. 5 versus 4 advantage to TUBEPLE. They're rotating over to B. No one's at B. Nothing's at B.
Oh my gosh, and Persia already scouting it out for his team. The way they leave Persia to kind of be that extra set of eyes on the opposite side of the map, so well done. And I mean, TNL, yeah, there's their toxic screen, but it's not really doing much. They're already inside the site.
Right, comes in right now, and they have a toxic screen up. They have the poison cloud. Backing up now. Aka one behind yellow. Trying to peek out the side, waiting for Echo to come around. Gets the headshot.
That really shuts down any signs of advance from TNL. They're still trying to peek for any damage done. Obviously, at this point, they're just trying to see what they can do against.
Even the snake bite being thrown down.
Oh
Blast pack being thrown in for good measure. My God.
This is...
It's like, you're right. You basically have to be the spike. You have to be there at the first moment that it's planted, or you're just not getting it.
I would never want to play against this.
No.
That
just looks so annoying.
It looks so miserable.
Look at them just smile, too. They're like, yeah, this is dumb. We're doing what they did. It is sick easy to attack.
I mean, this... honestly, Viper, the map she works on, I don't think it's so much that she's like, you know, anything close to overpowered, but it really just creates this annoyance, right? And if that starts to get to your opponent's heads and they have to start trying to think around it and they can't figure it out the first time, it really starts to mess with them. So we'll see what we can do. Risk gonna try to send out his owl drone.
Yeah, not gonna really find much anything. They all ran out when they heard the owl drone, as per the usual. Look at that, Aka one boosting over here immediately.
Okay, tries to shoot as soon as he sees the owl drone. Not gonna connect with anyone just yet, though.
Backing up, throwing down that boom bot now as well.
Babo does eventually go down. The spike was safely planted, but now the Viper's pit here, and TNL, what can they do? We have Eco up on rafters with that Sova. Risk is just waiting with that shock bolt. Oh, they want to try to find someone outside of the pit.
All right, they're going to try once again here. Coming around. Throwing out the paint shells. Connecting all right there with TS.
Ooh, the shock bolt does some damage. Hia gets one from pipes. Persia gets another on the ground. Aka one gets one, and TS now staying alive. Gets 2 kills, and this is actually going to be... Eco can get it.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, Persia was too far out.
Wow. Okay.
I did not think that they were going to be able to clear and just stick that defuse all the way through.
It felt like they had enough interrupt there, but I guess not. Well done, and now they're up at 11-6. TUBEPLE's comeback might be cut short here. Definitely got to try their best to win this next round. They do have the money for that full buy. Have a res up as well.
With a Guardian. They just want to try to keep this advantage as much as possible. The rest of his... with the Blade Storm, and then you have you have the Vandal and the Phantom, so it looks like they're just kind of committing to this round to invest.
Dude, I don't remember the last time I saw a Guardian.
It doesn't happen very often.
No,
it's very, very situational. Okay, they use the Boombot and the Owl Drone to scout out all these hidden cubbies here. And you've got the first one, then you have Dark down the road. You know that the entry is clear. However, we have TS hiding behind yellow. What's he got planned here?
Look at this angle from Persia. Gets 2 huge kills.
That is massive. Hia picks up... Oh, TS wanted to use the Viper Spit, but he gets gunned down. Actually goes down to the Snake Bite.
Ouch.
Oh, man.
I have very, very low right now.
It's all right. Actually, he's got the Guardian. All right, this is going to change the game,
Dude,
Artosis.
You watch. How many bolts does he have in that chamber? 12? Oh, that's 8 too many.
Can you imagine if he just gets headshot after it? Oh,
there's one.
Oh,
there's 2.
Oh,
there's 3.
There's 3. Is he just going to stick the defuse? I think he is.
Dude.
Oh, no, he's still scouting.
Oh, they're like so far away, he had no idea.
He is going to get gunned down. 1v1. Gets rid of the recon bolt.
You can't tell me Xy's not the greatest player ever to have played.
Oh, Xy!
You kidding me?
Oh my gosh, he is the greatest.
He's the greatest player ever to have played.
I mean, first of all, he's winning against Babo, and Babo is the greatest player in Korea.
That's true.
The rankings.
Statistically, Babo was supposed to be the best, but Xy is going to shoot so far up of the rankings.
Look at that smirk. He knows. He's like, yeah, I am the greatest in the world.
Like, who is this guy?
Wow.
I just want to make a dream team of the best Korean players, okay?
Oh, yeah? Who would that be? 4 Xy's and RB?
Yeah, 4.
Oh,
3 Xy's, a Stacks, and Suggest.
Ooh, that's a pretty dominant team.
That's it. It's all done. It's all done.
Well, yeah, because XC can play Sage. He can play...
He'll be Sage, and he'll be Raze.
Okay.
I'm putting Suggest on Breach.
Okay.
All right.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
Stacks can really play
RB is going to be on Jet. This is going to be a... Oh, man, this team? Are you kidding me?
I mean, XC is really stepping up for TN. Listen, he's always been a great fragger, but really being able to pull this off while also playing a somewhat assist role, it is really great to see. Really necessary change almost, it seems like, for TNL.
Yeah, indeed. Aka 1 getting up on top of yellow.
Okay, so we have TNL now. You know, Eco did rotate over towards Kitchen, just making sure that he can support on B if need be. They haven't heard the spike plant yet, and they haven't seen anyone, so they're kind of wondering what's going on here. The aggressive toxic screen goes down. Is TS going to be able to try to spam through this? Does he have an angle?
Did you hear that?
Oh my gosh.
The amount of bullets that come in, they throw down everything.
Oh my god.
I love it. He like barely touched the button. He like looked at 4 on his keyboard. That's how hard he touched it, okay?
Oh my gosh.
All right, the rotation over towards A. We are running a little bit short on time. They got to get in there.
Yeah, and TNO knows this. They're full committing on a rotate too.
Risey's going to be waiting for them.
Oh my gosh. If he can get one even... Well, if he can get the spike. Oh, he misses.
Oh, no.
And he gets jumped from above. He has to back out. He is out to safety.
Oh my god, and the Hunter's Fury coming through here as well.
And now the defensive lockdown gets 2 detained. And they actually clean it up right at the end.
Dude.
All right, TNL leading 1-0, starting on attack. Now, I wonder, with that Phoenix, does TUBEPLE plan to get a little aggressive on defense as well, just to counteract this balance, right? I try to clear out one of the sites immediately, get that information. Ooh, an early turret for TNL.
That just so much at the window. Pops out, risk headshots, Eco.
I don't know about that. I mean, they definitely had a plan, but TUBEPLE was ready for it. They were stacked mid as well, and they just started spamming through that window.
They definitely both had plans, and like, while TUBEPLE's definitely worked and TNL's definitely did not, I can't. It's like you can't expect. It's like, yeah, I think they're all going to go window, so we're all just going to stand mid and get them, and you're going to pop out of doors and get a headshot. It's like, whoa, that was a wild situation.
I mean, TUBEPLE either had to have had some, prior information that they have on TNL, or they're just kind of banking on that, trying to control mid, right? And TNL basically got read like a book. I mean, they had a plan to jump through window, try to scout out B, or go right to garage, and they're going to still try to commit here. Rizzy, is he going to get picked off? Risk ready for him, gets a headshot. There's the blind. XC tries to jump in, but there's 2 people.
Fortunately, he was trying to get that comeback, and look at that, shooting the body.
Aka1 really excited about getting this lead for TUBEPLE here.
Look at XC there, though. He's like, that won't happen again.
Dude, he's mad again. You don't want to see XC mad.
That's the only time you're going to see me dead.
For all I know, Artosis, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, they do have the spike on Omen right now. No, throws it down on the ground. Okay, I thought they might be trying something here. Oh no, they're all lining up to go to those mid doors.
Yeah, I mean, you're on the back foot now. You have the pistols. You have 1 frenzy for Eco on that Silva, but otherwise not much to work with. So they're just going to march right through, get the alarm bot, and they're charging through Garage Hall, but oh, Risk picks one off. There's the hot hands and the wall as well.
Aka1 really doing a great job there with those hot hands, kind of zoning them out so they can't infiltrate like they wanted. Now they are rotating around towards C long. It's a tough situation though. 3 against 4. Of course, we have that gun advantage as well as armor advantage here for TUBEPLE.
But this is the scary thing about Haven, right? Is that you have a numbers advantage, yet you still have to cover all your grounds because it's triple sites. And now we are going to see Persia scout out one of them. Immediately backs out for backup. This is smart from TUBEPLE. Aka1 comes in with the Spectre.
Yeah, put some serious damage done right there onto Harry. Finally does get him, but very low now. Goes at that blind, doesn't get it, but oh, beautiful shot there onto XC.
And Babo coming in with the flank as well. TUBEPLE get that round, and they can go into their bonus round here in the third. Are they going to stick with their SMGs? I mean, they had a couple people drop, so I believe that will be the case. But TNL will be coming out with full rifles.
Yeah, this is the round for TNL to show what they're made of. Of course, they chose to attack first here. So they got to make something happen here in the third round, or that is not going to look good for them.
Oh, no. This is the round where you got to make something happen. Now, Baba actually going with the Marshall is going to try to hold A long. Not going to find any targets yet, though. We do also have 2 rifles, Vandals for Persia and Aka1. So trading around their economy just a little bit to balance out this third round.
Starting to push towards mid doors.
Oh, no. Oh, he's going to shoot out the Trailblazer early. Keeps him safe.
Okay, well, they also have Omen here up on top of the box. Rizzy thinking about going through. I don't think he's actually going to try it. Dark cover evaporates.
This double setup in garage is nasty from TUBEPLE. I mean, you have the high ground as well.
Another dark cover comes down.
Yeah, now you heard that go off, and you might have kind of seen the angle it's coming in from. So Rizzy, I think, still careful that there's the Omens close by. Now, they didn't spot Persia, I don't think, with the Trailblazer earlier, so they don't have that extra information.
Yeah, they did just see that the Marshall was at A-long, so they're actually running away from that area. Go ahead, throw another smoke down, and try to enter in now. Persia getting a couple big kills on Rizzy and Exy.
And there's the Nano Swarm just to keep them at bay as well. The setup working in favor of TUBEPLE, the investment they made. However, a spike has made it through C-Long, and now it's been planted in default.
Look at this, actually go down the C connector inside of this dark cover. Oh, they get risk through the box.
Yeah, they wanted to clear that out, and now they're going to rotate around. However, the way they planted it, this is going to be tough for them to try to stop the defuse, and Baba's just going to stick it more than enough time.
Comes around, does get gunned down. I tell you what, TUBEPLE, that's a big victory right there. 3-0 to start on the defense.
Yeah, no, this is huge. I mean, shutting them down on the rifle round like that with the setup they had, it was a smart move. It was a commitment, right? If TNL had really made any other choice, TUBEPLE would have been on the back foot. But TUBEPLE seems to have a bit of a read on how TNL wants to play this map out, and now you have the Killjoy setting up in A as we take a look at this replay with the, oh man, the paranoia comes through. Eventually Harry's able to clear that out, but TUBEPLE still taking advantage. TNL now just charging through A.
All right, trying something else. That hasn't been working, what they've been doing. Now running through. Rizzy throws on that cloud burst, jumps up. Aka1 coming in immediately and guns down Rizzy and Harry from the side.
Oh, and he had to run it back, so he's safe to continue pushing forward. Hia cleans it up, and TUBEPLE leading 4-0. TNL can't be happy about this.
Yeah, smashing them so far.
Yeah, and when you have that Phoenix, you want to use that run it back as often as possible, right? I mean, it's just a free scout, it's a free duel. And Aka1 really taking advantage of that aggression that he has as Phoenix, working in favor of TUBEPLE. And watch this. And he gets 2 kills, and then he's able to challenge the third for extra information. That is huge.
It certainly is. Hia finishing everyone off. TNL just can't make anything work so far.
Yeah, they do have the Seekers and the Hunter's Fury. The Hunter's Fury will be saved for the lockdown, I'm sure, but the Seekers, will they use it?
Well, I think they have to start using anything that they can to pick up a round win.
I mean, listen,
they don't even have the full buy here. Like, Eco is actually sitting on small shields, right? So,
I know Xy's the greatest player in the world as far as we're concerned after that last map, but if he watched Stax' little tips video before the broadcast, he would know that you use the Seeker, and then you use the Guiding Light, and then you use the Trailblazer, and you clear out of sight.
That's right. Yeah, let's see if he watched it.
It's
I believe you're supposed to do it up a short.
Yeah, and then over the boxes because someone's definitely hiding there all the time.
Every time. All right, Persia waiting up in heaven here as they start to infiltrate, and he actually does send the Trailblazer out. Doesn't find anything. Paranoia being sent out as well. Persia just shooting through the smoke, getting Rizzy.
That is rough. Even with the dark cover, the timing still enough for Persia to spam through right before he has to duck out now. Oh, and the Nano Swarms are ready as well, and the Hot Hands. I mean, this is just a repeat of what we saw in Icebox. You cannot get on the site, but this time it's TUBEPLE on defense making use of that.
Harry gonna pick up the spike and get that plant down. Fortunately, Exy was the one to fall to the Nanoswarm and Hot Hands. All right, Eco gonna gun them down as the smoke comes off. TS getting the kill onto Haya. Persia coming from behind.
He's been spotted. They're just waiting for him.
1 versus 3. Let's see if we can do it. That's 1.
He knows where all of them are. Oh, man. He did get the peek earlier, but unfortunately only gets 1 as Harry trades with a headshot. TNL finally putting 1 on the board.
All right. It's about time. Let's see if they can put another one.
I mean, they really need to carry this momentum again. You want to have a lead here on attack on Haven right before the side swap.
Well, they have to go on quite a streak if that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah, so far, TUBEPLE just seemed to have their number on the earlier rounds, right? Just read their kind of style and their strategy quite well. Aka1 also playing very aggressive with that Phoenix. Now, TUBEPLE does have some tools as well, but much more situational. But the Hunter's Fury is up for TUBEPLE to counter any potential lockdown from Harry.
Moving over now towards C-Long here with the Phoenix. No real commitment one way or the other for TNL.
Yes.
Send the Trailblazer through to the garage. No one's in there.
And no one in that corner either, so looks like they might want to commit to C, but they're going to met with some aggression from Babo and Aka1. Aka1 gets 1, Babo gets 2. Aka1 does go down on that trade, but they saw that the spike was dropped, so you have a little bit of time. Never mind, the Seekers come out from TNL. They want to force this issue on C.
Has to use a knife on the Seeker, missing it so much.
Doesn't get
Babo's
blinded,
still
though.
ready there. Risk shoulder peeking.
Oh! Babo with a clean shot with the knife.
Right around the corner. Right, gets a bit of damage there. Haya finishes off Harry. And TNL's victory was short-lived. They don't have 2 round wins to rub together.
Oh, man. I mean, that also just kind of hurts for Exy, right? He was clutching rounds. He was just on the hunt in map 1 on Icebox, and then he just gets taken out with a headshot right around the corner.
Yeah.
Babo was ready. He had the crosshair lined up. He timed that peak perfectly, and now TUBEPLE with the lead. We'll see if they can keep this up. I mean, you also just are not expecting both duelists to push that far out C, right?
No, certainly you're not. Over here in B, we have Aka1 backing up after a few shots. Harry has taken some damage. Rizzy going to try to infiltrate and immediately planting within a cloudburst. Unfortunately for him. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe he made it out of there. Got to get that heal going.
Oh man, that was close.
All right, Exy gets the heal on Rizzy.
Oh, they're just gonna. Oh!
Are you kidding me? Knifing people through the smoke.
Wow.
Exy coming up from the side.
Oh, and the lockdown as well, now that they don't have a Sova on the enemy team. Babo has to push it, but Harry's ready, and that is a thrifty win for TNL. The amazing thing is TUBEPLE, even this time, they suspected that there might be a push on B, given that it was a save round for TNL, so they were prepared. The Killjoy was set up in B, which you almost never see.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
It's very rare.
And they were ready for it, and it looked like they had TNL's number. However, I mean, the first knife kill from Rizzy, right, through the smoke, stopping that defuse, that was big.
Well, the fact that Rizzy got it down while sitting on a nanoswarm and then tailwinds off with 8 health and gets healed immediately, and then gets the knife kill through the smoke. That was like everything in the universe lined up for TNL there.
That is very true. Under any other circumstance, that spike was not planted.
Yeah, and then you're done. The round is over, basically.
Yeah. Well,
Eco took a bunch of damage there while we were having some fun.
Now Eco just going to have to get healed up a little bit.
Dark Swarm is down on both locations. Rizzy taking some damage there.
They have this double setup again and Risk being prepared for the blind while Persia holds the angle. I mean, this is going to be so tough until TNL fully And even if they are prepared, I mean, how do you break that through unless you throw every utility you have, right? It's just not worth the commitment for TNL. Now, they have no idea that Babo is.
Yeah, he's sitting there with
long.
the Vandal. So. Oh, TS so quick with that headshot with the Vandal.
Yeah, TS says, I don't need to know ahead of time. I just need to see you on my screen.
All right, the smoke's going down as they come into A.
Clearing out angles. They pick off Risk as he's coming in as well. TS should get a safe plant. Oh, and they know where that hot has been going, so they kind of keep it far towards a long for the plant.
Yeah, Haya up in heaven there. See if he can make anything happen. Rizzy has his sight, waiting for him to poke out.
Yeah, he is just so scared to move any closer to the window right now up in heaven. Just trying to hold some angles for his team, but it's just him and Persia, so not much they can do. I think they're just trying to force them to stay in the site, but now Harry picking off that one kill. TNL is free to leave through A long and short. Persia just going to wait till the last minute here. And good round by TNL.
Yeah, look at that. Just flawlessly do take this round. And get to keep all their guns. Is this the beginning of the comeback?
Well, I think TNL is starting to finally have a bit of a read on TUBEPLE as well, right? The amount of resources that TUBEPLE often forces on B and Garage, TNL was prepared for that. They kind of scout for it. They bait out some gunfire, and they say, okay, they have some commitment to this Garage, so we're going to start rotating over. Really worked out for them that round. But this is really what mattered. I mean, picking off Babo. If Babo had gotten any picks there, that slows TNL down. And TS with a crucial impact kill against TUBEPLE.
All right, TUBEPLE here stacked up in B. Are they going to check window over on the TNL side? Goes ahead, bounces in that shock bolt. Clearing the turret as well. Backing up now towards the back of B.
Yeah, I mean, TUBEPLE just using kind of minimal investment just to make sure there's no kind of funky rush or peek on window. Eco also using what he has to make sure they didn't push up on that. I mean, sometimes we'll see teams kind of do that aggression up mid and hold off angles against that window. So TUBEPLE now going to have 3 people push up C long, though.
That's a wild push. And look, waiting for them is TS here. He's got the Vandal lined up, waiting, and gets that first kill immediately on Babo.
Oh, my gosh. He doesn't know about the third, but he's going to back out. XC did get taken out as he was trying to push that guiding light through. So it is a 1-for-1 trade, but TUBEPLE, their plan is the one that got shut down on that for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. And that was awesome, too, by the way. He juggled a quality gun back so they couldn't grab it.
He kind of stuck in that window for the time being. TUBEPLE getting the signal that they are pushing up A, but there's Killjoy waiting for you.
Oh, my God. Okay. Wait, did he cancel there or no?
I think he did.
Oh, okay. Yep. Well, he's up there now anyway, so sitting here behind that screen. Ooh, gets gunned down by Eco. TS going to plant.
Yep, so TS going to plant for Hell here. Just trying to hold that through. Eco is going to have to cover Heaven very carefully as the remaining members are in Hell. Harry holding a longer angle for Heaven.
Is he just waiting for anyone to come around that side?
It's 2v4, though. I don't know how much. I mean, TUBEPLE, they might want to just try to duel them out on some exit cracks. Never mind, they peek through. Aka1 does get a single kill, and maybe he's going to try to save that Vandal. Look for an exit here. TS wants to stop this.
Ooh, too quick for Aka1, and he will fall as well. TNL going to be able to tie that up.
Yeah, I mean, they were not looking very good in the beginning, but they've started to catch on, and now they're forcing TUBEPLE to try to make these moves. And this is what we talked about in the beginning of this map, Artos, is does TUBEPLE try to get aggressive with that Phoenix? And so far they have, and TNL has said, okay, we're on to you now. We're going to stop that that kind of weird defensive rush, and then we'll play our own way once they have a numbers advantage.
It's kind of interesting, though. TUBEPLE hasn't, like, overextended too much with those little aggressive defender pushes, whatever we're calling those.
Yeah, they push out to scout, but that's just enough for TNL to make a move, because TNL, they're constantly spread out in the beginning across all 3 lanes, right? And they get enough information, so they're like, okay, if there's one here, and then 2 people are pushing from C, we have a numbers advantage if we all rotate over to A or B. So TNL playing very patiently, TUBEPLE finally kind of pressing the brakes, in waiting.
Yeah. Now the push is split up A long and A short. Aka one waiting right up at the top here.
Oh, they hear the Trailblazer. Yep, Persia has to get rid of it because they're waiting for that.
Ooh, pretty good blinds coming out there. Paranoia being utilized. Rizzy gets up on the crate and does get a kill, but trades out with Haya.
TS now pushes all the way through. He's going to be able to catch some crossfire against Hia. Gets the kill and now gets the plant as well for A long. Babo trying to get a pick through the smoke. Not able to.
Yeah, TS. A little bit risky right there. Babo has that op. I don't think you're going to show your head, though. Can Harry hold on for them?
They are pinging farther out into the site. They're not suspecting Harry to be here. Now they have to check, though, as they push through. Risk has to look at hell. There we go.
Oh, Harry gets that kill. It's one-on-one. Babo, can you do it here? Oh, he cannot.
Harry with the clutch, and there you go. There's the pump up again. Harry feeling good.
There's that energy that he brings to the team. And now, unlike the previous round, it is finally tied up.
Yeah, I mean, TNL 5-5. If they can win the last 2 rounds, it's pretty solid. 7-5. Yeah, that's fine.
Fine with that. Fine with that.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's kind of the expected score line when you have a bit of an advantage. No big deal. Now, are they going to play safely again? It was really unfortunate on that previous round because Aka 1 had the hot hands ready, and he panicked and switched to the curveball to try to back out of the guiding light, which actually gave enough time for TNL to push through. I think if he had just kind of dropped the hot hands early, maybe it would have stalled them, traded some utility.
Well, when you're getting hit by Paranoia and everything's going on
It
fire,
is
man,
crazy,
it gets a little bit stressful, I'd say.
Yeah, and we were talking about this before the broadcast, how like everything has distinct and very loud sound effects in this game, so you start to panic when it's all around you.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's like every ability. Okay. Now, looks like gonna back out there.
Yeah, Rizzy just chasing him out with some spam down A long. They are still going to tag Babo. So Rizzy suspecting he might still be behind those bricks.
You know, as long as TNL takes this kind of easily, it's a big save round, right? We've got 4 Sheriffs and a Classic here for Babo, who doesn't even have Bladestorm anywhere near ready. So, like, they need to be careful not to throw it, I think.
Yeah, not taking any chances. I mean, you're on the 11th round of the first half. You see the lockdown go in, but it's all bait because TS is starting to clear out C. Now, there are 2 members still ready for him. I don't think TNL expected that.
No, certainly not when you put the lockdown in there. Blind comes out, doesn't catch anybody. They are going to go ahead and plant. Rizzy getting kill up on the side on Haya there.
Oh, he eventually gets picked off as he tries to jump over, but Aka1 going down to TS. There's only 1 left. They know that he will come through, of course, with that pistol. And now that is a 6-5 lead, finally, for TNL. I mean, they won 5 rounds in a row. TUBEPLE hasn't won a round since they got the 5th one, right? And this is looking a bit rough. If they want to feel confident going into the second half, I think they need to tie it up here.
Yes, absolutely agree with you there. And you know what? Babo has the op right now. Let's see where he sets up. It looks like it's probably going to be on B, maybe on top of the box, maybe not.
We'll see if he goes to C, though, Artosis. All right, he's on top of B. Tries to flow down. He's still
watching. God, and they're actually going into B here, going for that plant right now. Smokes abound.
And a spam through the smoke. Harry picks off 1. Persia's able to get a pick through the corner there, but I think that was really smart. They chase the op off of the top, and they say, okay, well, if the op's the main defense on B, we're going to rush in.
TS gets the kill as he tries to hop out of here. Wow, TS once again through the wall into Risk. Gets Babo as well. Haya takes down Harry.
TS going to get to the back of the site. Eco has the front covered from the window, and he gets the kill. 7-5 lead for TNL. Finally getting back to a comfortable spot in this first half as we switch sides. Now, this was TUBEPLE Gaming's choice of map. And TNL starting on offense, so we'll see if TUBEPLE has something extra. I mean, 7-5, you know, it's fine for TNL. It's also not bad for TUBEPLE, right?
No, it's okay.
Yeah, you started on defense. You're like, okay, you know what? we just had to make sure that we kind of get a lead here in the beginning for our attacker side. And if they get the pistol round, you might as well be tied up, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And you know, based on the performance on Icebox, like they only won 6 rounds total there before it was over. So they've got to be feeling a lot more confident here on Haven.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can definitely tell they're a little better prepared. They also seem better prepared against TNL specifically here on Haven. They had some really good reads early on in the map until TNL started to adjust to what TUBEPLE was bringing to them. And this is how it's going to start to play out more and more as the Valorant scene in Korea grows. It's not just you come in with set plays or you studied the VODs and you know what they did last time. It's really adapting mid-map, right, to what kind of composition they brought out and kind of switching things up. You have to have enough in your arsenal to be able to switch things up as the rounds go.
Well, now we get to see how will TNL fare on defense. I hope a bit better than offense for their sake, to be honest, because they did have a rocky start there. And if TUBEPLE can start off on the offense there, could see this going to map 3.
That could get a little scary. It looks like TNL wants to force out C long just to clear out that one site, make sure that it's down to a 2-site map that way. They do have the Killjoy set up in A and peeking through B as well. So using that extra coverage you have as a Killjoy, 3 people pushing up C long. Risk sees 1, sees 2.
Yeah, they're coming through very quickly. Do throw down that blind. But the paranoia goes through them. Aya came over for the help as well.
Oh, but TS is eventually going to clear that out. He's now dueling Aka1. Tries to get out of here. Doesn't get hit by the curveball. Is running.
Oh, the jumping headshot from Aka1.
Oh my gosh, that
so
jump
sick.
right click is still so strong. And now it's 2v2, but more or less the side swapped a little bit as we see Eco and Harry coming through. Oh! Eco gets one down to a 2v1. The plant goes down. He's just trying to get some information with the recon. Persia hiding, so they know there's only one place he could be.
And use Eco there, throws the shock bolt behind, tries to come around, actually misses, takes a bunch of damage. Harry with the ghost on the other side, trying to flank right now.
He's trying to get that jump right click, but he's not able to. Harry able to clean up as we see Eco diffusing the spike. And the poor turret from Persia not able to help because it was facing towards defender's spawn. It's just sitting there.
Well, what are you supposed to do, right? You don't expect the sides to be switched like that, I guess.
Unfortunate.
All right, so that first pistol round going to TNL has to be a heartbreaker for TUBEPLE.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think you just say, okay, you know what? You have a little bit of investment, it looks like, with the Sheriffs, but not much, right? Just some extra utility here. A shorty for Hia. And it looks like they're going to go with that, but it looks like we have a quick pause here. Or Agnes, and you only play Sage. That might be
that too, yes.
That might hold you back a little bit. But for these two teams, that's definitely not the case, as it looks like the game will resume. We are on round 14, 8-5 lead for TNL as they try to hold against TUBEPLE's attack now.
TUBEPLE super aggressive here, up into A. The blind goes out, and a beautiful blind at that. Babo going to town on Exy and Rizzy, while Persia gets a kill as well.
Yep, and they leave one weapon for Babo as well. I mean, again, when you lose that first pistol round, sometimes you got to just commit to something crazy, right? You full send to a site and you just try to get the early picks so you can trade out guns. TS comes around A long, uses paranoia.
And does get gunned down there by Haya. Harry comes around, gets Babo, but Risk will finish him off, and TUBEPLE gonna pick up a round.
Well, now this is huge for TUBEPLE because TNL, I mean, and there's no reason to not upgrade if you win the pistol round, right? I mean, no one in their right-minded, especially in a professional setting, is going to do that. But now that you've won the second one, you've won that Thrifty, they have a massive lead. Now they've upgraded a couple rifles. TNL, only one Sheriff, one Ghost. I mean, thankfully they have enough to buy some utility, but Harry, it looks like, doesn't even have enough to buy full utility. And we'll have to see how much he has already set up.
Yeah, definitely not an optimal situation for them there.
Yeah, he just has the nano or alarm bot, not even, just a turret. Risk is going to march all the way through on top.
Whoa, beautifully done with that spotting. As jumps down after that paranoia, gets another kill, but TS comes around with the frenzy, ends him. Harry gonna get the headshot onto Haya.
Okay, well, a little overeager. I really pumped him up. I said they had a great round 2. They had the gun advantage, and they got a little crazy.
Well, they still have a slight gun advantage, and they are going to be able to plant at A before anyone's nearby.
I mean, under all circumstances, they should be able to hold this against the retake, right? You don't have the paranoia anymore. You do have Eco with all of Sova's advantages, but utility rather. But TS is also low on health.
Yeah, no, it's a tough retake. There's no question. Set up that crossfire curveball coming out.
Ooh, almost tags him.
Yeah.
Oh, and the hot hands to bring them lower, and Babo's waiting behind.
Yeah, beautifully done. You see where the hot hands comes from. You try to dive upon that, and the crossfire ends you. TUBEPLE taking another round.
Okay,
8 to 8, or is it no 8 to 7 right now?
Yeah, should be 8 to 7. Yep, you are correct. As TUBEPLE tries to tie it up in this round, now it's going to be rifles versus rifles. Buys on both sides. This was so well done. Aqua1 drawing so much attention from Hell that they don't even think about checking for Babo around that corner.
Okay, let's see. What are they going to go for next? It's kind of interesting seeing Killjoy set up in B. It doesn't seem like they're going to go towards B, but we'll see.
I like it. Just making sure that there's no crazy push from TUBEPLE now that it's a full buy round on both sides. Trying to counteract the potential risk-taking from TUBEPLE. I think it's pretty smart. You have the rest of your team's utility if you need to do a retake. Now, this is more or less than committing, though, to a retake. Unless, one person gets like 2 trades, 2 kills early on. You're going to have to back out. Rizzy does get 1. There we go, the tailwind back out.
Very important one there as well. They see more people coming up A short. Backing up for now.
Waiting for his teammates. Now, the spike is down, though, so TUBEPLE not able to get the quick plant that they would have wanted.
Aqua1 backing up. Xe peeking out for a second. They're trying to wall bang him. Oh, beautiful shock bolts come down and take out Risk. Rizzy gonna get Aqua1 as well. Only Haya left over.
That was nasty. The guy like right down from the window just to make sure that Rizzy can peek out safely. Well done by TNL.
TUBEPLE looks unhappy there.
You can't possibly be. I mean, you were able to overcome that pistol round in the second half. You had some momentum going, and you were able to enter the site, but with the spike being dropped early and Aqua1 kind of still having to cover for Heaven, there was a lot of delay, and eventually they couldn't make anything happen. Now Babo going to be aggressive with this op.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Does get blinded, shoots off the off shot, and tailwinds out of there. But yeah, seeing the attackers with the op, it's a much less used weapon on that side. We'll see if he can make some use of it, though, and make it worthwhile, because that is an expensive gun right there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely pretty much only doable with Jet, right, because of that kind of safety with the tailwind. But if you don't get an early pick, it's going to be really hard to utilize Jet on any entries. Oh, Rizzy.
Yeah, Rizzy's looking for a sweet kill here. Almost caught Persia walking in, but instead runs back up into A.
Now, he did hear the gunfire, so he's going to hold further back on A. Meanwhile, Aldro going to get spotted on C. So for TNL, I mean, you're still playing it safe, right? You've got the Killjoy set up on B. You've heard noise on both A and C. No reason to rush any sort of rotate.
They might go B.
I think they're going to.
Yeah.
They've caused noise on both sides, and they say this is the one. TNL knows. I mean, time-wise, they have to enter. There's the double nano swarm, and Persia goes down with the spike. I mean, he was pushed into a corner. Aqua1 as well. Harry still safe in the back, gets 3 kills.
Wow. Well, that setup, you were right when you called it. That was a good one.
I mean,
it took a while, but they eventually rotated there, and Harry's traps were waiting.
Harry, so well done with that patience. He is going to pick off 1. He's looking for Harry.
You're never going to do this in this little amount of time.
Down to 6 health. He wants that shock bolt kill. Not going to attack.
Oh, he does!
Oh, right at the edge of the explosion. I thought right as soon as it went off, he didn't get hit and he was safe, but Okay.
Well, fortunately for him, it's not enough.
Yeah.
Rizzy just sitting somewhere else on the map. It's like, yeah, whatever. You don't have enough time to plant.
Doesn't change the result.
No,
but, you know, a little consolation prize maybe.
Rebuy your gun, Harry. That's it.
Yeah. And Harry just peeking back and forth across both sides. Wow. Using that recon as well to get that third kill. And he's setting up once again on B. It looks like slightly different. Of course, switching it up just enough so they don't expect the obvious.
Now, looks like it's going to be a very quick push up C long. They have everyone stacked up here. The Owl Drone coming out first, but Eco gets a kill onto Risk through the smoke.
And that is huge. Oh, an aggressive Hunter's Fury going to be used just to try to clear out the site. Bobble clears it out with Blaze Storm. Lots of ultimates being used for TUBEPLE. If they're going to invest this much, they need to make it work. The run it back as well. Now the Seekers come out from TNL.
Ooh.
Bobble gets tagged.
Yeah, TS is coming up for him, and before it runs out, gets that kill. The blind comes as well, and Exy finally going to get another kill.
Oh my goodness. That one feels really bad for TUBEPLE. They invested so many ultimates to clear out the site, and they did clear it out initially. But the fact that, I think the biggest thing was Bobble getting tagged by the Seekers, couldn't clear it in time, and then he couldn't tell if he was fully covered by that dark cover.
Yeah, yeah.
And TS just comes around, picks him off. That's unfortunate. On the side of TNL, I mean, you know, Exy used his Seekers. That's really about it.
Well, they are looking good right now. 1 round win away from a guaranteed overtime minimum. Rizzy has taken the op, sitting here on top of the box, waiting for anyone to show themselves in that mid window.
Alarm bot gonna see some people in garage. The turret as well.
Turret gets one small hit there on Babo. He's backing up a little bit, staying in garage though. Rizzy.
Oh, he's
setting
rotated.
up a new location here for anyone who comes through that garage window.
Oh wow, just using that ultimate to scout out mid, and he sees nobody. So they assume it's either garage. Well, it has to be garage because they haven't seen anyone A either, nor C long. So still being very patient.
Yeah, I feel like we actually could get a kill here as well. Eco waiting. Persia in the corner there. Comes around, does not get shot at though.
Yeah, Eco, yep, now slowly rotating. Wait, did Eco not see him?
No, I guess not.
I guess not.
Maybe he was looking at his mini-map or something.
It could have been, yeah. But the lockdown, they're not going to be baited by that because Eco was actually in the site as that happened. They heard no footsteps. TNL now rotating over. But Babo gets one. TS is there on Lumber, but Aka1 is prepared alongside Risk. Exy goes down. 3-to-1 person advantage for TUBEPLE. They pick up the spike just in. Oh no! Oh my gosh, the Hunter's Fury's looking. Okay.
He gets one hit, but cannot stop it. Hot Hand's going to heal him up. Eco coming, seeing if he can get anything done, but gets gunned down by Persia, looking in the wrong direction at those doors.
Yeah, that was almost risky. If Eco bought enough time, they didn't have time to plant, but fortunately, Aka1 finds a good place. Still had the hot hands as well, as we saw afterwards, so he could have actually just plopped that down maybe a bit earlier, but either way, they get the win. 8-11 now TUBEPLE as they continue to press the attack. Still full buys on both sides, still the op for Rizzy.
Excellent kill there onto Rizzy that previous time, but it's kind of funny that Eco is even still left alive. He was trapped by the lockdown over on that side anyways.
Aka1 just
throwing that curveball out to the mid immediately. A bit of a push up towards B. We have Killjoy actually set up mostly in C right now.
Yeah, TS is on top of the boxes though, and he guns down Babo. Gets the spike down.
Steps the other side, and the paranoia is real. Gets another kill there, pops out, but gets killed off by Aka1.
Yeah, Eco trades for that. Exy's ready right in the middle of the site as he picks off Risk, and now it's just all down to Persia. There's really not much you can do against 4 people, including an op. The Aldro not going to spot him, though.
Very quietly creeping through towards those mid doors. I mean, there's no way to recover that, unfortunately.
No,
it's 4 versus 1 in your Killjoy.
Yeah, they know where it is. Oh, they even spot him.
Yeah.
Oh, the hunt is on. They're just going to still wait for him, see if he does anything cheeky here. Persia knows as well, he's just looking for a pick or two. If he peeks out too far, Rizzy? Well, Rizzy's being patient as well. I mean, no reason to risk the...
No, certainly not. No real reason to risk anything. I mean, you're going to be up 12-8. You have so many rounds to finish it off.
Yeah, and he's just going to hide out in attacker spawn. I have a really important question for you, Artosis.
Yes.
Can you smell that? It's like something being fried. Am I crazy?
No, I smell it. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were making a joke, but I'm like, I actually do smell something. I'm like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me, I swear.
No,
I don't do that to co-casters.
I started noticing a couple rounds ago. I was like, is there like an air fryer or something in this room?
Yeah.
Like,
It does smell good, doesn't it?
Maybe someone's prepping some donuts.
It's probably Exy.
That's probably actually. He can do everything. All right. Well, TUBEPLE now fighting for potential overtime. I mean, TNL has 12 rounds. They are on match point as they already have a map lead.
It's like a push down towards B. They did have Rizzy set up at A long. No one's coming there. Rotating away.
He tagged that turret. Everyone sees it now.
Very important.
Oh, TS is going to drop and get a headshot. Persia trades, though. And now with the spike charging through C.
Yeah, they come up really quickly through that C connector as well.
Yeah, there's the nano swarms just to buy them some more time. So TUBEPLE going to make sure they clear their sights once again. All right, Plant is... Oh, okay. Yeah, he decided he wanted a different position probably for the shot quotes. Yep, there's the ping for the lineup. However, Eco not going to give any chance for that. Can Eco get the wraparound?
Okay, down goes the lockdown.
They're all backing out. I mean, they have the nano swarms, they have the alarm bot, they have the shot quotes as well.
Yeah, comes around, Eco gets that kill there.
And
throws
the
in a
recon
bolt.
dart.
Trying to come around this side here, shooting through the box at Haya. Takes a bit of damage. Exy coming for the flank. Haya
Can
gets
he
a
do
kill
it?
there. Oh, and Harry's just going to defuse.
Oh, unfortunate. I mean, so well played by TNL. They